Okay, when everything's cleaned up and you've got your details and all your cast shadows and everything's looking good, then what you're gonna do is you are gonna save this. So always save it first as a Photoshop file. That's gonna preserve all of this, all of your layers. So at any point you might go back and like make changes after we look at it and critique it or grade it together. There might be some things that you want to change. So you always want to save it as a Photoshop file and keep that file. Um, I was just looking for this layer. So I often turn the layers on and off with that eyeball so I could see because I missed erasing this. So like anything you need to clean up, make sure it's nice and clean and finished. So we're going to save it as a Photoshop file in Photoshop. Then if you need to save it as a PNG, which is what we're going to use for our websites, and this is easier to view on other computers, you can go to File. So I first saved it as a Photoshop file. Then if you go to export, you can export quick PNG. So what it's going to do is it's essentially going to take a picture of this file. All your layers will not be a part of that file. It's just a photo of this file. So I would like you to do a picture like this with, if you have paint swatches or if you have this the original photo, I'd like to see it in one of your files that you save. So you're going to turn this into Teams with the reference picture on it. And then let's take one nice and cleaned up without your reference picture. So we're going to save that. It's a PNG. My computer's just moving really slowly today. And then the second one we're going to take, so after you export it as a PNG, then you're going to go down to your bottom layer and you're going to turn off your image. Your sketch can remain off. You know, if you have a really nice sketch, you could turn on your sketch and turn off all of the painting layers and then just save a quick export file, export, quick export PNG. Like if you have a really good sketch, by all means, that's a whole nother artwork that you can include on your portfolio. So mine is very terrible. So I'm going to turn off the sketch and I just want to save it. So I turned off the sketch and I'm going to turn off the reference picture. And then I'm going to save this alone. So I have this by itself. Now, if your page is really long, and it probably is, before you export it, you can just quickly go to the crop tool and just kind of crop it, hit enter. But don't save it like this as a Photoshop file. I don't want you to get rid of your reference picture for good. This is just for your PNG for your website. So if it's really off center and it's bugging you, you can crop it with the crop tool. Just, change the proportions of the page. And then you're going to go to File and then Export. Oh man, my computer's, I think it's because my tablet maybe is plugged in. Okay, yeah. Okay, export, quick export as a PNG, and now you have it saved on its own. So this is going to be Fruit 2. So I have the original one with a reference picture, and then this by itself, both as PNGs. And then when I get back here, I'm going to Control Z because I don't want to save it without the reference picture. Like I want that to be a part of my original file in case I need to go back and do anything to it. So you can then real quickly just save it, Control S, and save it back to your Photoshop file. Undo it though, so you're not like permanently cropping that picture out of there.